Greetings, everyone. This is Rock and Roll Spot coming at you with the Weekly Comic Book Roundup. We've got a rather small DC haul this week, so let's get started with Batman and Robin number 14. So, as I mentioned last week, most of the DC books for this month are going to be basically new storylines. So it's not really going to matter with where we left off. Though, to be fair, where Batman and Robin left off, they had Damian had managed to get closure with his problem with Bane, and they had done some damage to the Cult of Cobra on Dinosaur Island. So, the new status quo for Batman, however, is that once again Bruce Wayne is basically Gotham's favorite son, running Wayne Enterprises, as well as it's the Wayne Foundation, the charitable the charity foundation that is arm of Wayne Enterprises. Anyways, the issue opens Gotham, 1892. A person has their face. A person's face is covered with plaster, presumably to make a mold of the face. In the present, Batman and Robin are dealing with members of the Green Knights, the eco-terrorists that have popped up most recently in last week's issue of Poison Ivy. And they are pretty well handled. But the next night, Bruce and Damian Wayne are to go to to attend a gala fundraiser for the Sacred Heart Convalescent Home, and they'll be wearing earpiece comms through the night. There's Bruce tells Damian of Sacred Heart's dark history. Desigo died in a boiler room fire in 1892, which led to state labor laws changing. Damian doesn't seem to be all that enthused about that. But they get ready to. They arrive at the fundraiser. Apparently, there are some protesters outside. One saying, one protester was saying that Bruce Wheels is at the top of the wheel. And the city is not his. It's not the Dr. Bashar, the doctor the fundraiser is to honor. There's no throne. It's a wheel, and soon it'll grind Bruce Wayne under with all the city's prideful, forgotten kings. But the doctor that's being honored at the fundraiser is Dr. Malik Bashar, a former pupil of Dr. Thomas Wayne's. And Bruce, says, oh yeah, how proud all of Gotham is of Dr. Bashar, and if were his father, Dr. Thomas Wayne, still alive, Bashar would be, or he would be proudest of all of Dr. Bashar. Damien's sitting at the kids' table, and a girl named Emma is trying to talk to him, but Bruce introduces Damien to Dr. Bashar, and apparently Damien. First off, Dr. Bashar says that Thomas Wayne was kind of like a father to Dr. Bashar, though Damien says that he never knew his grandfather, and it seems to have worked out better for Bashar than the rest of them. So, and Bruce demands Damien apologize, but is interrupted by Oracle. Apparently, there are more people outside than were let on, and shots were just fired on the lower levels of the building. But so Bruce cuts the power. Meanwhile, Damien's complaining about being at the kids' table. He inadvertently offends Emma, but and realizes that he did so, but tries to apologize, but notes that the doors are being barred, and just as the power is being cut. But Bruce, when the cover starts, they just take out the people downstairs, and but then there's light coming from the boiler room, and so when a man shows up and talks to Bruce in a familiar manner and throws Bruce off his game. The boiler seems to explode as the man tells Bruce that now son will reap what sire has sown and pay the cost in blood and bone. And that is where the issue ends. So I got some thoughts on this issue. It does seem like new series writer Philip Kennedy Johnson kind of just took Damien, undid all of the development Damien's had, or well, not all, but most of the character development Damien's had over the last few years. He kind of feels like the Bat Brat again, and that was really what had me turned against Damien in the first place. That was why I didn't like the character. He's the fact that he tried to apologize to the girl at the kids' table does show that he's not entirely the Bat Brat, but yeah. In fact, to be honest, the last few years of DC Comics have helped me warm up to Damien, and this really, it doesn't. That's my one complaint right now with the new writer. Anyway, moving on though to our next book, we've got Absolute Batman #1. Surely you've seen the pictures online of the uberjacked Batman. Yeah. There's Jack, and then there's that. So this is basically Ultimate Batman. As per the All-In special, he has none of his none of the advantages he's used to having. So he's poor. So the issue begins in Bruce Wayne's childhood on a trip to the Gotham Zoo. In the present, the report there's a man on a motorcycle is getting some tea. The man on the motorcycle turns out to be Alfred Pennyworth. He's not a butler though. Apparently, there's a crime wave going on. A gang known as the Party Animals had just slaughtered 9 in a brutal attack, including 2 police officers. Um, but Alfred tries to get his daughter. Then his superior for the agency he works with, basically, apparently he's been pulled from an assignment in Singapore, as he was just going this close to get a target. But he's needed Albert's told he's needed in Gotham. The assignment is strictly surveillance. Gather information on the party animals, but do not engage. One note is that there might be another player in town. They only caught glimpses, but he seems to be circling the gangs as well. And if he gets too close, Alfred has the authorization to engage him. So he starts working on. He goes to start working on surveillance, only to discover that his motorcycle's been stolen. Next morning at Croc's gym, Bruce Wayne shows up for his workout. There are more flashbacks to when the Waynes were murdered, or when Thomas Wayne was murdered, and Croc, well, Waylon Jones, a childhood friend of Bruce's, has managed to get a exotic pet license, courtesy of their mutual friend Ozzy, to have a pet crocodile. And apparently Bruce doesn't show up to poker anymore. Everyone's been wondering, Eddie, Harvey, maybe even and Waylon's trying to get Selina to show up, but he's busy at night. Also, Bruce destroyed a punching bag of Waylon's, so he owes 90 for the bag and 30 for the sand for the cleanup of the sand. Elsewhere in Gotham, Carmine Falcone and Sal Maroni are meeting with appears to be Black Mask. He has a strange collection of masks, most notably death masks. Socrates, Martin Luther, Carmine Falcone's, or Sal Maroni's brother, Carmine Falcone's cousin, and the party animals go after go after Maroni and um, Falcone. Elsewhere later in Gotham, Jim Gordon's giving a speech as the party animals are rallying to crash it, who are under surveillance, but from Alfred Pennyworth. But Commissioner Bullock is criticized. But a flashbang goes off as a reporter, as a woman who appears to be a reporter, is speaking, and the party animals attack. Barbara Gordon, Officer Barbara Gordon, presumably presumably Barbara Gordon, pops up, but Batman also crashes the party animals gig, and proceeds to take down the party animals, and we get an idea of the weaponry in his bat suit. The giant bat symbol is apparently an axe blade, which he has a detachable handle for, and the bat ears he pulled off as knives. But one of the party animals gets their hand chopped off with the axe, though. And the party animals retreat, though explosive goes off, seemingly stopping most of them. But Alfred and Batman cross paths. Batman disarms Alfred. He's pointing a DC-34 automatic shotgun at Batman, and he's like that. He gets disarmed. Alfred does his research on Bruce Wayne, though. Apparently, Thomas Wayne, a school teacher in Gotham, was murdered when Bruce was around 10. But apparently, Martha Wayne is a social worker in Gotham. Bruce has high friends in low places, a tight group. Ozzy, Harvey, Eddie, Waylon. But the trip to the zoo was when Thomas Wayne lost his life. And it turns out that Bruce has worked on the power grid, that the water department, sanitation, interned at City Hall, studying public policy, macro and micro. Basically, Alfred points out that Bruce is learning his city, the body, the brain, every part of Gotham. Until finally he comes full circle and becoming an engineer, creating, building, and he actually fixes what he breaks. In fact, the stairs at the City Hall that were blown up the previous night, he fixed the next day. Alfred says that in his notes that Bruce is a crusader. Crusaders always have a weakness, and his Bruce's is his mother. That night, Alfred tries to get the drop on Bruce. Alfred and Batman once again face off. Turns out that Batman has modified the shotgun, make it non-lethal, and stolen Alfred's bike. And 1,000 feet up, jumps the bike off of a building. And the issue ends with, well, and then, yeah. Well, the issue in fact ends with an epilogue. The target that Alfred was pursuing previously is in Manila at a semiconductor manufacturing plant. He had fake names, Jack, Arthur. Kind of figures that, when you're one of the 30 richest men on the planet, you can be whoever you want. But, guy doesn't like to joke. Never laughs at anything, ever. So they call him the Joker. And that is where the issue ends. Interesting. I do like the idea that so Gotham's classic rogues are part of Bruce Wayne's circle of friends. But anyways, that's going to do it for now. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Links to my Facebook, Twitter, Blue Sky, Instagram, Mastodon, Patreon, and PayPal can be found in the description box down below. This is Rock and Roll Spock signing off saying, live long and rock hard.